There are times at the end of the day when I actually power down my work PC and I begin to think to myself, you know, that little whisper we've all got in the back of our heads, there's no way it can get worse for 2042, right? No, it can't get any worse. This is the bottom. And then you wake up the next morning and begin reading through and receiving alerts of everything the franchise continues to do to inch itself one step closer to a complete cancellation. My name is LtBuzzLitebeer, and I again want to thank you for all the support you've been showing both to me and my channel. So if you like what you see, maybe consider hitting that big, beautiful subscribe button, and if you really like what you see, maybe also consider ringing the bell to receive all future upload notifications from my YouTube channel. Again, as I usually give this explanation at the beginning of all my videos, this is not Battlefield 2042 footage, as I have completely walked away from that game. So this is instead Battlefield 3 on PC, recorded last night during a round of conquest on Karg Island. Now, BF3 really was my personal favorite release of all the titles, and for the love of God, can we please get a current gen or next gen remaster of this game and then enable crossplay? Also, finally, I wanted to again extend my thanks for all the positive comments my videos have been receiving. I post this type of coverage of Battlefield 2042 so that in a few years, when everyone has forgotten what has happened and is again buying into the hype being churned out by the EA hype train for an upcoming Battlefield release, you will be able to look back at this video record and instantly remember what they did and that it will happen again. So first up today was this Crown-sponsored Battlefield 2042 Twitch gaming event where they brought in 3 popular Twitch streamers along with a commentator and had this friendly live competition. Now what made this absurd is that number 1, the winner was decided by how many kills they could accumulate, but chat quickly started posting in the comments that the kills would be impossible to tally since this game has no scoreboard, to which the Crown mods responded that they were keeping score internally while watching the stream. Yeah, look at this face. And then absurdity number 2 is when one of the players got stuck under a set of stairs as they fell in behind the texture, and then the other 2 members of the stream actually spawned in on the stuck first player, and it just got silly from there. Now, I personally don't watch any of these streamers, but you can tell they are doing their best not to call out the poor technical state of the game live on stream. At one point, Symphony, hopefully I'm saying that right, has to lean forwards to not get his smiles caught on camera as he laughs out loud at what a shit show the game is turning out to be, while Brook AB, again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, actually goes full on mute to avoid bashing the game. Now I've got the clip playing here for you without audio, and we'll leave a link to it down in the video description. Not the best showing on a publicized Twitch broadcast for the world to see, with high-profile Twitch streamers competing for money, all with the EA investors call in just 3 days. And speaking of that call, my hope is that one of those investors or analysts out there actually finds this video, or is maybe already checking out my coverage of Battlefield 2042 and uses some of these images and talking points to hit Andrew Wilson, CEO of Electronic Arts, with the really tough questions. Now, back on January 25th, the Battlefield Bulletin Twitter account, which is fan-made and not official, grabbed these really eye-popping images originally posted by GamePressure.com. I'm going to break these down for you even more in just a second, but look at these. Over 50,000 negative reviews on Steam, and that's a lot. Steam player counts, remember this is just PC users that purchased through Steam, over 105,000 in November, and it's dropped to just under 8,000 as of January 17th. Metacritic average score 68 out of 100, which are heavily bloated by outlets trying to kiss EA's ass, but look at the actual user score Metacritic rating of just 2.18, and by the way, those are based on a 10-point scale. And then we've got the Twitch viewer counts peaking at just shy of 342,000 when the game launched, and since I am familiar with Twitch and how they work, those were also inflated by high-profile streamers who were sponsored by EA that drew huge views. But now, just 2 months later, the game has dropped to just over 1,600 total viewers in Twitch, and that's worldwide. There's also a second page to their infographics showing the likes to dislikes ratios of both the Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2042 launch trailers, with 2042, thanks to its tremendous trailers, crushing Battlefield 5 in this department. Then there is this interesting user score comparison conducted by GamePressure, weighing the players' expectations. So, pre-launch, and then their ratings based on what they actually got post-launch. Now, I don't know if these were on a 10-point scale, because it doesn't say, but there's a dramatic difference. Nearly every platform is cut in half. So, what these users received versus what they saw pre-launch was roughly cut by 50%, which is absolutely mind-blowing, but in my honest opinion, quite accurate. I'd even say they were a bit generous. And then they finish up with a splash showing that 2042, just 2 months after launch, has seen a price drop over on Epic Store with a voucher by 50%. Now, I missed this the first time I read this all over, but if you look at the top of the infographic, it says 6 patches, 641 fixes in total, which sounds like a lot, but believe me, for Battlefield 2042, that is just scratching the surface. Now, I said in my last video that I'm a numbers guy because the numbers never lie. They remove all the human emotion and just show you the ratios. And if you don't believe me or any other content creator you watch concerning 2042, now here is numerical proof this game is on its last legs. I decided to do a bit of digging myself to quell my curiosity and also to do a bit of fact checking on GamePressure.com. And what I am finding is that their infographic stats have dropped even further since publication. Now, as of this morning, Battlefield 2042 has dropped below 5,000 concurrent users on Steam, hitting 4,828, with previous versions, Battlefield 1 doubling that at 9,120 players, and Battlefield 5 quadrupling that of 2042 with 21,894 players. If anything, 2042's failure is actually driving players back to the older titles and actually increasing their player counts, a comment I have seen many of you leave in previous videos. Now, as far as the Metacritic reviews, well, these are kind of comical, with EGM and their gaming reporting site EGM now actually giving Battlefield 2042 a perfect score of 100, and it makes me really question what portion, if any, did they get to experience since this review was posted on the 11th, so it must have been an early review copy or maybe one from one of those sponsored early capture events. Now, the user reviews are actually much more accurate and have now dropped to a flat 2.1 out of 10. Taking a look at Steam, and things have changed even from a few days ago when GamePressure posted their graphics. Here is the Battlefield 2042 section of the games page, and there are now over 91,073 reviews with a mostly negative rating. Now, GamePressure was just counting the negative reviews, but to see 90K plus reviews, you as a developer have either created a masterpiece or you have laid an egg, because if your game is just average, you won't see this kind of feedback. Steam is now running a promotion on the price of Battlefield 2042 up until February 3rd at a whopping 42% off the standard edition, which is going to run you just under 35 USD. They're also giving you 28% off the gold edition and 23% off the ultimate edition. But even at $35, this game is just not worth it. Especially now that EA is on record as stating they are looking at all the options when it comes to this game, and free-to-play is being tossed around like dirty laundry. I received a link to a video by YouTube content creator Yong Yeah, and I highly recommend you check him out for unbiased, factual information when it comes to all things gaming. Links to his channel in the video description. But he commented when speaking about the topic of some aspect of 2042 going free to play, quote, "Even free is too much of a high cost for people if a game feels like it's wasting their time through piss poor quality and an incomplete package." I think the bit of info I'd like to close down today's video with is this Steam 250 chart, and this is a chart designed to break down the most reviewed games by year. And for 2021, Battlefield 2042 is sitting in 6th place behind titles like Halo Infinite, Valheim, and New World. Now, the number of reviews alone that 2042 has received is truly staggering, but let me zoom in just a bit further and look at the user-generated ratings. Valheim, 96%. New World, 69%. I'd agree with that. Tale of Immortal, 87%. Crab Game, 93%. Never played it, but damn, that's a high rating. Halo Infinite, 78%. And then, holy fuck, Battlefield 2042, 29%. Now, that's not enough to take out Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, a true piece of shit, at a rating of 4.98%, but still, I sit here every day reading and sifting over these stats, and I still can't believe I am reporting on a Battlefield game. And before you drop me a comment about how all the Battlefield games come out like this and then it takes time to get them polished up to be incredible titles, we've never seen anything like this from this franchise. Battlefield 4 had a really rocky launch, but still shows a user score of 6.2 on Metacritic. Battlefield 1 with an impressive user score of 7.2, and even Battlefield 3, which had all sorts of netcode and hard crashing issues at launch, tops out at 7.6. It was when Battlefield 5 launched, and by the way, that game mustered just a 3.0 on Metacritic user reviews, that the franchise took a real nosedive. There is so much riding on this investor's call, and it could go down in a myriad of ways. Expect EA management to try and sweep this whole disaster under the rug, but hopefully there is a group of analysts on that call that will press management for the hard answers and the truth. What is the future of Battlefield? What is the future involvement of DICE in Battlefield? And when will 2042 be completely restructured, or will those costs outweigh the potential and push EA to just pull the plug? Lots of figures and graphics in today's video, and I look forward to reading any feedback you feel like posting. Now, I do stay extremely busy in my daily life, but will do my best to respond to your comments. Please remember to smash that big, beautiful subscribe button and ring the bell to receive all my future upload notifications. I plan to keep posting Battlefield content as long as you find it relevant, so please also rate and share this video. Don't forget that you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter, and are welcome to join my community Discord server. Links to all of these social platforms in the video description below. Thank you for all the support you've been showing me and my content. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.